Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Donuki Aglo, co-founder of Kasa de Lengua Limited, and welcome to our Scholarship Masterclass 102. September just flew by, and I know many people plan to start school applications, but were not able to do so. The common challenges could range from choosing the right schools, navigating the application process, or figuring out websites or portals to use. But at the end of the day, we all know that everyone needs guidance. And the school application process is no exception. After the success of our Scholarship Masterclass 101, we now bring you Scholarship Masterclass 102. And the goal is to provide tools, clarity, and confidence to apply successfully to schools and scholarships, to gain scholarships. And to help us do that is no other person than our one and only Mr. Raymond Inketia. So before he starts, please, if you want to send any message, please go to YouTube via the YouTube live chat channel and then send your WhatsApp messages if you're unable to do so directly using our website. Thank you so much. Welcome, Mr. Raymond. You have the floor.
Hello, Ms. Donuki. Thank you very much for another insightful time as well. I want to say a thumbs up to you for this great opportunity you are giving to Ghanaian students, Nigerian students, African students, and international students trying to apply to school application programs across board. And it's insightful, as you said. People definitely want to know how to apply to schools and stuff like this, but sometimes they are not able to get the correct guidance as to how to do it. So you have people who go to the scenario of applying, and you're not getting the results. But it's always good to have a good level of guidance to help people to be able to apply as well. So you're doing a very great job that this year for the next cycle, you are trying to partner to get webinar sessions to help people able to apply properly and then get scholarship. The goal is not just getting admissions, but getting admissions with some substantial scholarships that can help you throughout. So we'll be having webinars as we started earlier on in July. I think June, July this year before we took the break, and we returned in September for the main school application. We are going to continue throughout these sessions as well. So that's to say that if you weren't able to join the previous session it's on the Casa de Lengua website. If you are joining us from there, on the Kasa de Lengua YouTube page, the Scholarship 101 series is there, and it was very, very eventful as well, as it has always been as well. Before we would move into Scholarship 102, would want to try and quickly recap some of the key things we did during the 101. So the IT team can project the slides as well. Now, if anyone in the audience, if you're in the audience, you can just let us know what you learned from 102. People ask, I like to be very simple. I believe in the principle of that simplicity brings about results. So Ms. Donuki is very official for me. I'm always either simple or hardly okay. But it's serious business we are here to do. You don't stress yourself much. Just follow the right steps and you are good to go. So as a football fan, you see me, my jest is not, it doesn't mean that it's a casual meeting. It's a very, very serious meeting. But you know me, I'm an analyst as well. So now, as I wait for the IT team to project the slides, some of the key pointers we talked about from Scholarship 101, that number one, the scholarship process is just like applying for work. You need to put in all level of seriousness in applying for the scholarship. I mean, school application process and scholarship. We call it scholarship because our focus is not just getting the school admission, but getting admission with scholarship. So we call it a scholarship process. Just for this, how do you call it? This webinar, when we say scholarship process, then it means the school application process followed by the process of getting scholarship. And we explain that for some schools, the scholarship application process means that sometimes when you apply to the school, you get the admission directly added, the scholarship directly added to the admission. For some schools, what you do is that you will get the scholarship coming a bit later after the admission. For some schools, when you get admission, then before you apply for the scholarships, and there are various kinds of scholarships. There are the school scholarships, which normally comes through the dean scholarship or the chancellor scholarship, alongside the dean scholarship, the chancellor scholarship, alongside the departmental scholarships, and then there are the external scholarships like the Chevening scholarships, Commonwealth scholarships, and many other ones like that as well. So some of the key things we talked about the last time, aside getting to have these scholarships, the full or partial scholarships, which we explained very well. You can watch the video. In fact, I recommend you, if you weren't able to watch one, kindly take your time and watch it, because that will help, because we are building upon it, but we are recapping for both of those who are not here. And then we explained that as Ms. Donuki was saying earlier in her introduction, September just flew by. I mean, we did this 2 weeks ago, and people said, "Oh, by the time we'll have the next webinar, they would have applied," but they've not been able to. There are challenges that people face in applying, and I just want applicants to know that these are the real challenges that everybody faces. So you need to find ways to navigate it. You need to be persistent. You need to be resilient, because sometimes you apply after all your wonderful English, your statement of purpose, your everything, it will come denied, no admission, and it's very painful. But you need to strengthen yourself and then reapply and encourage yourself and apply and reach out to others. We've always said that the process comes by guidance. And if you know somebody who has been able to make it, reach out to the person. What were one or two things that the person was able to do to help the person apply and get the result as well? We talked about prayers, the need to pray about these things as well. Yes, there are so many people applying. You are not in code the very best person in the whole world. Yes, maybe if you're applying in Ghana, you're applying to KNUST, Legon or UCC, or in Nigeria, applying to Abuja University or Ibadan University, and then you are quite easily, because you're only competing with just those in Ghana or Nigeria or Cote d'Ivoire, the country you are. Now you are competing on the global stage, competing with everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. You're competing with the IT gurus coming from India. You're competing with the very vocal people coming from Nigeria. You're competing with those with internship and volunteering experience coming from Europe and across the world. So it means that you need to up your game. That's one thing we are constantly telling people. You need to up your game. You need to step up. So what you think that, oh, as for this one, I'll just get admission. You might know that, I mean, if there are about 5,000 students applying, they're just giving admissions to 20, top 20, then it tells you that you really, really need to push to the very next level to be among the top 20. So we explained some of the other things, that are how to write a personal statement. So all of these ones, yeah, we're also going to take our time, as I always say, thumbs up to Ms. Donuki and Kasa de Lengua for this webinar. We are going to have our time go through each of these major application documentation for us to. So make sure you join us for our next webinars. We'll have another webinar, I think, when Ms. Donuki can, I think next week Friday we'll have one. So normally we are going to have 2 webinars per month to take our time to explain all of this. We are doing this through to Christmas. Then we'll take a break and then return in the new year as well to help, because it's a very long journey as well. But we are here to make sure that you'll be able to excel as well. So talked about the personal statement and then the academic CV. Most people apply for school applications with their normal work CV. Yes, just today, somebody reached out to me in DM, saying I should look at her CV, and I told the person that yes, actually you have a very loaded CV, very good CV, but the CV is more like a work CV. a work CV is different from an academic CV. If you are using a work CV to apply to schools, most of the schools might even ignore it because they might not even get to page 2 to even see all the other things you have there. Your page 1 should be able to tell whether you are the kind of person they are going to work with or not. If your page 1 is not what they are looking for, they won't waste their time to even open page 2. So there's a way an academic CV should be done. We'll have an academic CV masterclass. That will be our next session as well. So all of these are very important things that you need to do. And there is knowledge. That is why we are providing this level of guidance to us. And the key pointer, which in summing up the review of Scholarship 101, we talked about the secret of funding is correspondence. Scholarship is about correspondence. Reach out to the schools, let them get back to you. When you reach out to the schools via the program coordinators or professors, you know whether you suit the kind of profile they are looking for. We've consistently been telling people that we've passed the age whereby you are just applying to a school because you heard your brother or sister or a friend has applied and gotten admission there with scholarship. You don't know what the person did to get that scholarship or admission. If you not ask the person, ask yourself, maybe, yes, it is true you might all have done the same course, but the person might have done some attachments, some volunteering work, some leadership work. That is why the person had got admission. So don't say because you had a better GPA. And yes, GPA is important. Yes, you might have had a first class, but not just about the first class. They are looking for people with a holistic profile to apply to the programs as well. So you need to consciously learn the art of writing emails to schools to reach out to let them evaluate your profile, express your interest to apply to the school. When they get back to you with a positive feedback that yes, you are the kind of student that we are looking for, then you are more assured that you have a greater chance of applying to the school as compared to just applying to any school anyhow. It's better, and I'm repeating it again, it's better to apply to 5 schools whereby you have a very high certainty of getting admission because the schools have reached out to you. Yes, you are the kind of student they are looking for, as compared to applying to 20 schools, just 20 schools anyhow, all because you feel that the more you apply, the more you get admission. Yes, if you apply to 20 schools, you might get admission in 7. And then even the 7 schools that you get admission, you might not even get any funding or get very, very scanty funding. But if you apply to 5 schools, whereby those 5 schools are schools that have reached back to you that yes, you are the kind of profile that we are looking for, profile of a student you are looking for, and you put in a very competitive application by doing a very good job on your academic CV, your personal statement, you have recommenders doing the recommendations and everything very well for you. Trust me, most likely among those 5, you can get admission with 3. You can get in those 3, you can even get 1 fully funded and maybe 1 partially funded. And a partial funding will be a very, very good partial funding. Some partial funding cater for all your tuition. So your tuition is catered for. And maybe they might even give you some stipends, maybe not all, but at least it's always good to start on a good footing than to start on a very, very, very bad footing as well. So these are the things that we learned in Scholarship 101 series. So if you have not been, if you weren't able to join us the last time we had that, you can surely spend some time after today's session. Just go and watch Scholarship 101, Casa de Lengua on YouTube, Casa de Lengua website. Just go there, take your time and watch. Now, that is also to say that the Casa de Lengua um, profile language service does a lot. Some of the things we do are IELTS. We spoke about the need to have English proficiency. Some schools will still, even though you have English proficiency, will still want you to write the IELTS. And we know students don't like writing it because they feel that why. But if that is what will give you the scholarship, I tell people, if it is just this last requirement, why don't you do it so that you get a scholarship? And one of the very best language services or language centers for you to prepare for IELTS is Kasa de Lengua, located in Tema. Provide online service across Ghana and all parts of the world as well. So you are always in the right team as well. If you also want assistance in school application process, reach out to them. They will help you. We will help you throughout all of these so that you can get scholarship. The joy is to see people get scholarship as well. Now we are accredited by British Council, so you know that you are on the right track working with Casa de Lengua as well. So all this said, we know we have been told about the key things we need to do to apply for scholarships, admissions, and then stuff like that. Okay, so we'll move to the major part of today's session. You decided, in fact, one of the things you need to know is that you can't exhaust every single thing about school application in one webinar. That's why we have decided to do series of webinars, info sessions to help people as well. Now, aside that, the questions that you bring will also make us highlight some point that you might have overlooked. Yes, the ecosystem, we are always learning as well. You see that in one of the later slides that we'll have today, there's what we call changing trends. And we'll speak that things are changing. Things are changing. I mean, the approaches we used to apply to schools, grad schools, or even undergraduate applications in 2020 before COVID and after COVID, and even in this year, are changing. So you always need to adapt to the trends as well. So now we are in September. The school application window is in full swing. It's in full swing. And as at now, if you have not started, then it means you are a little bit behind time. Now, all hope is not lost. We are still within range. Now, most schools' applications would apply through from now all through to December. If it's for PhD, some PhDs even and as early as November 15th. So just 1.5 months more. Most PhDs looking for funding priority deadlines will start from December 1, December 15th, January 1st. The latest you can get for a PhD deadline for most schools across the North American countries of USA and Canada is January 15th. Yes, some can still go into February 1st, but it's always said that apply early, apply early. So I'm sure the IT team are trying to project the slides for scholarship 102 series as well. Now apply early. Yes, okay, great. Thank you, IT team. Thank you very much for this very wonderful artistic slide as well. So please, before we move to the slide, people can screenshot it. So you can screenshot it. As I said, Sakumon or Tema, reach out to them, reach out to us. Anything that you need, we'll be able to help you to excel in that manner as well. Okay, so we can ask you asked, I'll continue, and then at a point you can just flip to the first slide. I think people are taking notice of the contact details as well. So now September, today's 30th September. I know some people told them so after September I'll apply to some schools, but they haven't applied. Okay, don't worry, it's already happened. What do we do? Okay, we can still move on. So what do? We are still going to apply, but it shouldn't be in a rush. It's not a rush. Yes, more haste, less speed. Take your time and do the right things. As I earlier said, it's not just about applying. It's about applying rightly to get. Yes. Now, the early bird has always been seen to catch the worm. The early bird catches the worm. So now, most of the fundings for the schools move on the principle of first come, first served. I'm not talking about admissions. So maybe okay, so let's put it this way. Some schools have what we call two application windows. This is what we call the priority deadline and the main deadline. So priority deadlines are mostly for funding. Priority deadlines are mostly for funding, so scholarships. So you can have a school like maybe let's say, I'm just giving a hypothetical example, maybe University of Iowa. Maybe their priority deadline is December 1. Priority deadline means that all those who apply by December 1, if they get admission, will be considered for scholarships or funding. Now, maybe their main application deadline is January 15th. If you apply by January 15th and you apply after the December 1, you will get admission, but you wouldn't be considered for the scholarships or funding unless otherwise they are finished disbursing or sharing the scholarships for those that they wanted to give it to. And then there are some that is left. Then that one, then they will consider the other ones as well. So it's very important. So why don't you then apply early and be considered as part of those who met their priority deadlines? So this is what I want to remind everybody. If you go to every school's website, check, do they have a priority deadline? Do they have a normal deadline? If the school has a priority deadline, then most likely make sure you apply by that priority deadline. If it is just a normal deadline, yes, still try and apply at least 1 month or 2 months before the normal deadline, because funding applies on the principle of first come first serve. For me, what I tell anybody that reach out to me, if you really want to get funding, apply by 1st December. That should be your target. Make sure that by 1st December all your applications are gone. It is possible that there might be one or two that might be still lacking because January 15th are there. But by 1st December, so we are today is 30th September. So let's take September out. You have October, November. So you have just 2 months. In the next 2 months, make sure that you are able to apply. Now, yesterday I sent a post across board on social media, and it was just reminding people. I have people reach out to me. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, you are working, you are doing 8 to 5. As of now, most people have closed work. That's why we are doing today's session at this time, 5 o'clock. So you just close work. You might be on your way home. Yes, you are tired. We know you might be in a trotro, you might be in a Uber or taxi. Yes. But when you get home, you might get home around 7 o'clock. And you tell yourself that from now till November ending, every day when I get home, I'll dedicate just an hour on my school application process. That 1 hour that normally you spend on TikTok, just for just the next 2 months, I'm going to dedicate that. So today, what is my focus? Maybe this week, my plan, I want to write my SOP, my statement of purpose, or my personal statement. So Monday, you write, maybe you brainstorm and do paragraph 1. Tuesday, paragraph 2. Wednesday, paragraph 3. Thursday, paragraph 4. Then Friday, you review all and then put it together. So by the end of week 1, you'll be able to write your statement of purpose. Then you can reach out to somebody. Oh, can you read through for me? If you are spending at least 1 hour a day, by the time you see, you'll be able to finish. If you complain that, oh yes, everybody is tired when he or she goes to work and stuff like that, but it is said that if you look at what you are going to get, then it will tell you whether to put in the excess effort or not. Otherwise, but if you want to get the best time, that there's less pressure at work or school because you are studying your undergrad in final year, you are waiting to, or you are doing national service, you might not get that opportunity. So you need to find ways and means. And as I have been saying for the past 5 to 10 minutes, apply early, apply early, apply early. Now, aside that, what you can also do, which is one thing I have done before, Friday nights, just like how people can go for all night, you can make you can have a study abroad Friday all night. I think you don't have an all night, just the same way you can go for an all night. Yes. So what you do, you can start at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, most often than not, even the internet is even faster. Tell yourself, I'm doing 10 o'clock to maybe 1 o'clock. 3 hours, sit down. Today, I am working on this particular school application. I have my academics. I'm organizing all my documents, put everything together, do it one by one by one by one, put everything together, and then boom, apply. By the time you see, you'll be able to zone in on the little times for you to apply. If you apply early, what also helps you that it gives your recommenders, because you also, like last time we talked about it, you have your professors or work supervisors have to write recommendation letters about you. If you apply early, you give them ample time for them to take their time to write a proper recommendation letter that will boost your application. If you wait last minute, just a week to deadline, and you're applying, that means you're telling your recommender that they should use 1 week to apply. And I want to say this: if the deadline is up and your recommenders have not sent in your recommendation letter, your application document is considered incomplete, even if it is just one. So it's important you apply early. Yes, some schools would still review it and pending the last one, but they will not give it the level of seriousness as compared to those who have all their documentation in. So please and please again, we are in September. Today is 30th September. Tomorrow is 1st October. Have an action plan. Tell yourself, these and these and these are what I want to do this year. Now, as at now, before I continue, as at now, you should have schools you are trying to apply to. Maybe you're applying to 10 schools or 5 schools. If you haven't done that, then please let me highlight that again. It's very important. Now, you should have schools you are targeting. So we spoke about this in the Scholastic 101. You can still watch it. What you can do that now, those schools you are targeting, what you can do is that ask yourself, now,
Have I reached out to these schools? Have I reached out to the program coordinator? Have I reached out to the department head? Have I reached out to the professors? The ones that have gotten back to you, maybe you've reached out about 10 schools, only 2 have gotten back to you now. Quickly focus on those 2 and apply immediately. Then the others ones who have not have responded, you can send a follow-up email. I am saying that, oh, you sent an earlier email, you want to confirm whether you see their profile, and they'll get back to you. If the follow-up email comes and it's a positive one, then you do number 3, number 4. So tell yourself, maybe from now up to the end of October, at least I want to do at least 2 different school application complete, not incomplete. As somebody reached out to me even just today, he said he did one application, I think one school, and he has not finished. And I'm like, if you have not finished, know that it is half work does not get paid. So you have to make sure you are able to apply. So set all of these time as well. Now somebody said, now how do I apply to it? Which schools, which kind of schools should I apply to? If you want to know the kind of schools you want to apply to, ask yourself, what kind of course do you want to do? Now we have the power of ChatGPT and AI. You can even on your WhatsApp, you can go to Meta AI and ask Meta AI, I want 5 schools. I want give me 20 schools that do maybe Masters of Business Administration in Canada. That's give fully funded scholarship to international students. It will give you the schools. Once you get the schools, you can now apply to those schools. As I was saying, I be said in scholarship. If there's anything you don't understand, always send an email. You can always send even an email to the IT team. They would get back to you. And sending an email of inquiry does not mean that you are not good. Though. Let's get these things right. Sending an email. I mean, we are in the country Ghana. Most of us are in Ghana or Africa, whereby when you ask questions, it thinks it means you don't know. No, questions are to gain clarity. Questions are to gain clarity. It does not mean you know. Better to gain clarity and do the right thing than later on, oh, I didn't know. I thought. No, I thought. By the time you thought, had I known, it's always at last. So when ChatGPT gets you those 20 schools that you want, look through the schools, go to the department website, read extensively. Okay, this school, the kind of concentration, maybe you're still applying for a business administration, but this ones might do more of economics, which is economics that you want, or this school is doing more of marketing. So based on that, you shortlist it to maybe 10. And those 10, you send emails across board. Those 10, at least among those 10, maybe 2 or 3 or even 5 will respond. Those 5 that respond to you are the 5 you first pay attention to and apply to first. When you are, because they have given you a positive response to show you that yes, you are the kind of profile you are. Yes, it's also possible they will give you a response that shows that you don't suit the profile they want. Don't waste your time. Or they don't have the funding for you. Don't waste their time. So targeted applications. We are talking about targeted applications. You see, I'm taking my time to highlight applying early and doing it well. Because first things first, if you do the right thing once and for all, the result will come. The result will naturally come as well. Okay, so IT can flip to the next slide as well. So aside applying early, yes, it is true that I'm saying applying to 10 schools, 20 schools, or 5 schools. Yes, there's a challenge. The challenge is that the application fee is money. I mean $50. Some schools are even taking $100. Some are taking $90. So let's say even if it is, let's say $100, even let's say $300, that's $300. Converting $300 to let's even take the dollar to be 12 cedis. That's a 3,600 cedis. That's challenge just for 3 schools. How many average young Ghanaians are even earning 3,000 Ghana cedis a month? So it is expensive, yes, but there's a way around it. There are what we call application fee waivers, and it's a secret weapon, very very important, because you can't apply to all the schools with your money. Yes, so if you have, fair enough, but even as you don't have the resources to pay, the schools know that students have challenges in applying. So we have what we call application fee waiver, and it comes in various forms. Some are the general application fee waiver across board. A school like Clemson University. Clemson University has general application fee waiver for all graduate school applications for this year. A school like University of South Carolina, or everybody free. You don't need application fee waiver code. Okay, so that one is there. Now, Some schools will give you what we call the application fee waiver code. So it means that if you don't have the code, then you can't apply. So the application fee waiver code then will also help you to use the code to, when you get to the place where you have to pay, the code will then now make you skip the payment process, so that you don't have to pay the $50 or $70 or $80 or $90. It helps you reduce the burden, so that assuming that maybe then there are left only 3 other schools that you have to pay the money, then you take your time. Maybe this first month I'll save some money to maybe raise the $50 for this school application, or the $60, then you apply other one as well. That's also to say that you can also look for schools that have lower application fee waiver, application fee cost. Some take $30. So you can look for a lot of $30 schools as well. Yes. But all of these, it has to be schools that have responded to you, that you suit the kind of profile of the student they are looking for, and they are looking forward to your application as well. Now, they also what we call the special fee waiver application week. Now, a school like Alabama has application fee waiver week in October. I think the second week in October, the next week. In that week, if you apply within that week, your application is free. So you will not be deducted any finances for applying to the program. So schools have their application. So how somebody says, so how would I know? Go to their Facebook page, go to their website, go to their social media pages. You will see, or you can even send an email. Do they have application fee waiver, free waiver, or waiver code, or waiver week, and when can you apply? Now, let me explain something about the waiver week. Now, when they say apply during the waiver week, it does not mean you should have finished every single thing about your application. Some schools have the explanation. They will say that, yes, we just want to make sure that your application is in our database by the time the waiver week ends. So you can submit, but they will allow your recommenders to submit their recommendations later. Some schools even allow you to even send your statement of purpose even later, and even submit your academic CV later. So they will say that we just want you to fill all your bio data, your date of birth, where you did your program, submit your transcript, submit every other thing. But maybe they will allow you to submit your statement of purpose later, allow you to submit. This is, I'm just saying. So every school is specific, and that is also, there is no one fit size rule for every school. So always confirm from their website. If you are not sure, always send an email to clarify. So, based on that, but most schools during their application fee waiver week still allow your recommenders to still send, because they know lecturers and supervisors take some time to send it as well. Yes. Assuming you don't have that, you cannot. Some schools have the free waiver code, which has been even given. It's on a social media platform. If you want to apply this year, use this code. Some you have to specifically request for it. So you send a very simple email. You are looking forward to apply to this program. They fit your profile and stuff. You are wondering if now students you can get application fee waiver to help you apply because of some financial needs and challenges as well. Yes, if you're able to carve out a very good story, they think you choose, they will definitely be able to get you. Sometimes they will just say no. I mean, if they say no, don't go and force them. It is be polite. It's also very important. We should learn to be polite in our dealings as well. It helps. Is a profile you're creating as well. Now, I think IT would flip to the next slide for me as well. Now, aside that, there's also the need to join info sessions. So you will see that within this month of September, you see this school having an info session. The information sessions are virtual sessions whereby you join and they're able to learn about the program, meet professors, and then you apply. Now, some schools have now distribute their waiver codes only for those who join the information session. Some waiver information sessions will not give waiver, but some of them, they give the waiver to those that join. So the information session to learn about the program. So if you don't join, you will not get the waiver code. So yes, and now even what they do is that when you join, they have what we call the waiver codes are specific to the email you use to join. So assuming I get the waiver code, I cannot share with my brother or my friend. If you use to apply, it won't work because it's only specific to that as well. And you have to meet the criteria, as I said, for the request for waiver code. There are various criteria. Maybe you're a first class student. I think for Alabama, the Alabama application fee waiver which is coming. You have to have, I think I have 3.5 GPA or 3.0 GPA. You can confirm from the website. So there's always criteria. Please always check to see if you suit the criteria. If you are a little bit close to the criteria, you can still apply. Sometimes they consider, but if you are way off, don't go and apply and waste your time as much as possible. And I want to see that, the challenge some of us have is that we are not used to the art of sending emails. We are not used to the art of sending emails. So because in Ghana, yes, but please learn the art of writing emails. For emails, you can even ask ChatGPT or Meta AI to give you a guideline. When you get the guideline, then rewrite it in your own sentences. You have the structure and as well. And please always be polite in your emails. Be polite in your emails. If there's not a response, you can give about a week and send a follow-up. If it's very urgent, normally wait for 2 or 3 days and then send a follow-up email as well. They get back to you. When you get the fee waiver, it has cut down the cost for you as well. So some schools might even require documentation if you say you are poor or you are first generation, or all these other things will require as well. So always try and make sure you meet the criteria of whatever you are requested to do as well. So next slide, please. So applying early now, fee waiver. If you get that, good. Sometimes you will get that. Now, one of the things that people reach out to us is transcript evaluation. They said they want transcript evaluation. How do I go and do it? It's not a big issue. Now, you did your studies in maybe Sub-Saharan Africa, maybe Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, maybe even in South Africa. You're applying to a program in the United States. Every part of the world and the kind of curriculum they run and stuff like that, even though it's still university education. So they might want to first, sometimes some of the schools will say that first just apply with unofficial transcript. Later on, the request for the official transcript afterwards. Some schools say that no, we actually want to be able to understand what your transcript is in Ghana as compared to a similar program in the States. So how about we call transcript evaluation? So the transcript evaluation examples are WES, WES, World Evaluation Service, Spantrum. There are many ones, and every school would give you recommended what do you call it, transcript evaluation service providers that you can work with. The most popular of them all is WES, which is widely the most widely accepted as well. Yes, but always try and check from the school which one they are requesting. Always, as I always say, clarity. If you are not sure, always send an email. So the transcript evaluation service is that they would compare the transcript you have from Ghana to a similar program in the States and write a report. Okay, so based on this and this and this, we think that this suits the kind of eligibility criteria that the school wants, and therefore they write the report and send you a copy and send a copy to the school. But since it's a service provided by a U.S. institution or international institution, there will be some service charge. So you have to pay us. Sometimes it's quite expensive because when you change the dollar rate or it affects us. But it is worth it. Let me explain why it is worth it. Some schools will say if you don't have the transcript evaluation, you can't apply. So if you apply, if you don't do the transcript evaluation, it will be incomplete. Now, when you apply, somebody says, but there are other schools that don't require it. So why should I apply to this? Now, let me give you a trick. This is a slide tricks. The hint is that because most people will not want to do the transcript evaluation, only fewer students will apply to the schools that have transcript evaluation. And the schools that don't require transcript evaluation, just a normal transcript, everybody wants to apply. Now, so let's say, so now it becomes like a barrier. So a sieve that sieves the people who will pass through. So those who are applying to the schools that how do you call it? The schools that don't take transcript. Let's say 5,000 people apply, 5,000 will all apply. But if let's say transcript evaluation, maybe 2,000 apply. Now compare this. You're applying to a school whereby 5,000 students are applying for the same program and 2,000 are applying. Which of these do you stand a higher chance of gaining one admission and then scholarship? So you see that it will do you good if you save the money to do the transcript evaluation, because then you then be able to be among the few select people who are applying to a particular program as compared to the one that everybody wants is free. Yes, it's important we get free stuff, but it's also important that you put in some mandatory stuff. Some schools will even require that you write GRE. I expect that text course. Some schools will require that you write GMAT. Please write it. Some schools will say, yes, we know that you have English proficiency letter, but still write the IELTS. Please write it. If that school has responded to you and they have funding, why don't you write it? One of my senior guys recently told me that there was a particular lady who applied to a particular program, and they requested that she write the IELTS. Because she wrote the IELTS, she was given a graduate assistantship with a scholarship, all because she wrote it when most people didn't want to write it. So you see how it is. So what will distinguish you from the others? So if there's the undergrad students will have to write the SAT scores, write it, give it to your very best. You never know. Always make your profile best. And as I'm talking about GRE, let me make a very key point about the GRE. Some schools will write what we call, they say GRE is optional. Some schools will say GRE is mandatory. If it's mandatory, then it means that it's compulsory. If you don't have it, your application will be incomplete. If a school says it's optional, but you have written your GRE, still submit the GRE score. Don't say because they say it's not optional. No, it means it gives you your added profile. Unless the school says that the GRE is not required. Even when the school says GRE is not required, if the school has a portal, a particular portion on the application school portal that asks for GRE score as other document. And let me highlight what we call the highlight document again. Now, you see, for some of the students, like the art students, they have what we call their portfolio. So if you claim you have done art, they might ask you to give us pictures of artwork you have done attached as a portfolio. Still, for you, you can also do a portfolio for yourself. Maybe you have done some projects. You're a civil engineer. You did some projects, some road construction. Take pictures of the things you did on the road construction and stuff like that. Put it in a very nice PowerPoint presentation and attach it as other document. It gives a better profile about you. We all know picture speaks more. A picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So yes, the other document is not meant to be blank. Any other thing, maybe you did some volunteering program which is relevant to your profile. You're applying for a counseling program. You did a volunteering program where you were the lead facilitator for the counseling program. You can take some pictures, even the presentation you did, attach it, and then put it in the other documentation. It is added. It is there for a reason. Most of us ignore it, but we've learned that always put anything that will boost your profile. Talking about that, it also does not mean just put anything. Whatever you are putting there should be relevant to what you are applying to give an advantage. Don't go and put, yes, it's true you are the best swimmer, but don't go and put your swimming videos there. I mean, unless you're applying to maybe sports science, then that one for swimming videos becomes relevant as well. So I've explained the transcript evaluation is extremely important. And then recommendations, please take your time, reach out to your recommenders. Yes, I have people who might have finished schools 5 or 10 years ago, and their lecturers who taught them are no longer there. Please try and take time and go to the department. Reach out. You might find sometimes, surprisingly, the TAs, those who were the TAs when you were in school, are now the lecturers. You can reach out to them. Some of them are even willing to even write for you because they TA'd you, so they've assessed you before. They can write in their capacity as a TA, even though they are now a lecturer. So don't say because my lecturer is not there, I don't have it. No, please go around it. And then your work supervisor, your current supervisor or previous supervisor. Yes. Now we'll talk much about that and please let your recommenders write personalized recommendation letter. They shouldn't write the general one. He's this and no. They should write, yes, you are dedicated and hardworking with very good analytical skills. Yes, that is a general statement. They should give an example. An example during your AGM planning committee, you were the one who did this and that and that and that. Let's remind the supervisors to give examples. Example shows that it's not a general one because the school review committees are tired of reading the same kind of English. There's everybody is hardworking, everybody is dedicated, everybody has analytical. What shows that you are hardworking? What shows? So you need to bring some level of examples. So remind them if you get a very good record, they can ask you what are some of the key pointers. Sometimes they know about it, but they want to know what are the key pointers they should write. So if they ask such a question, you can go to the program website and go and look what is the program vision about, what are the program objectives, what are the kind of student they are looking for. Then based on that, pick the key pointers and they give you a recommend that you should highlight these skills about you. They are very important. And as I earlier said, give your recommenders time. Give them time. Don't give them last minute pressure. If you give them last minute pressure, they will do last minute work for you. And it can go against you. Yes. Please take your time and reach out and please thank them. Thank them. Yes, most people have not done this. People have gotten scholarships. People recommend. They didn't even. That's what the recommenders don't want to even do, because yes, you've gotten admission, you've gotten scholarship. You can write a thank you email or even go to the office or call. Oh, say, please, thank you very much for your recommendation that you've given to me. By God's grace, I've gotten admission to this school with funding, full funding or partial funding or this. I appreciate what you have done. Even if you don't even get maybe for this cycle, you just write thank you, sir, for this. I've learned a lot from the process. I will look forward to applying again. Everybody is happy to be appreciated for whatever work they are doing as well. So please, let's learn to thank them. That is why some people are not getting, because people get a scholarship, they go, they don't even remember whoever did their recommendations for them. So please, let's change. Let's change as well. We can move to the next one as well. So the transcript evaluation is very important, and then recommendations are very important. Now, after doing all of this, your SOP, your CV, please go through. This thing I'm saying, go through. Take your time, read through. Sometimes somebody said, I didn't know that when I was spelling my name, I didn't bring my middle name. That little error you are doing, to correct it can take you so much. So please, when you are done with everything on the school application portal or your scholarship application, and some scholarship application like Chevening and Commonwealth applications, we are going to elapse this October. So you can be looking at that one as well. Please take your time, go to page 1 of the portal, go through everything, check your name, your address, your everything, GP, everything very well. And for something like the school application, like the personal statement and then your academic CV, have a second eye. Let somebody look through, read through, review it. Let somebody give a second opinion. Oh, I think you have done this well. Because sometimes there might be a very glaring error, but you will not see because you are the person who wrote it. But please take your time and proofread. If you don't proofread your work and there are a lot of errors, it shows that you're not a serious student. It shows that you're not an organized person. You are not an organized person. Now, that also said, please remember that if you want to write a statement of paper, a very good statement of papers cannot be written in just 1 day or 24 hours or 48 hours. Take your time, build the paragraph. Not that you be there, you get a eureka idea. Whoa, I should have started with this idea, then go and change it. It takes a time. But when you are done with everything, take your time, read through, correct all the errors as well. And as you see, it's not only just one page, you can get multiple reviewers to review it for you. If you have done all of these things very well, you are on track, that your profile, your application would meet the kind of standard requested for you as well. Yes, so we can look at the next key pointers as well. Now, as I said, we started this from Scholarship 101. So if you have not been able to follow up 101, you can follow up Scholarship 101 and then follow up with the this 102. It's very important. We are laying the foundations for people to do the right things as well. Yes. So next slide, please. Thank you, IT. Mr. Solomon. Yes, let's thumbs up to Mr. Solomon. He's doing a very, very, very good job helping us to navigate it as well. So now I want to let me just sit well and make this point. Now, trends are changing. Trends are changing. Trends are changing. What you were applying, people were applying with in 2022, 2023 might not be the same now. So now ask yourself, what are the most abreast stuff? What you can do? You can always go, this is what you can do. Go to the school website, read extensively. Maybe, an example, maybe you're applying for Chevening scholarship or Commonwealth scholarship. Most of the time on the website, they will show the profile of those who won last year. Go and check what is their profile. You can even go and check their LinkedIn page and check what were the key things that they did that helped them. Sometimes some of these people even tell their story on the scholarship website. Read it, look through, because maybe what they were the focus of the scholarship in 2020 is not the same as at now. So don't say that because somebody did this, and I always say be current, be current, be current as well. And there are many places to get more ideas as well. Join scholarship forums and stuff like that. Now, some of the trends we are noticing is that you see somebody say that I do have a publication. Yes, you don't have a publication. If you don't have a publication, you've not published your article. But let me say this to across both everyone. ResearchGate is a free to publicize portal. At least your thesis you did for undergrad, you can publish it there. Unless your school has a restriction that you cannot publish it. But you can reach out to your school that you need that to build your research profile. It's a free to put it there, at least, so that when somebody wants to check, they can see the research you did. Yes, on your academic CV, you just write the heading, but it doesn't say that much about it. Yes, it is true that it might not be the best. They are not looking for the very best research work. They are looking for, number one, do you understand the process of research? What does it take to do research? Now, yes, after that, what are the other ways you can boost your research profile? You can read an article. Maybe you read an article, maybe you are in public health, and then there's been one of the articles in the public health journals. When you read that article in the public health journal, you can write your review about it. Oh, these I read maybe the latest public health article on diseases in Africa, and these are my gleanings from it, and this is what the data talks about, and these are the findings that, yes, write as a LinkedIn article and post it. Any lecturer that will do the follow-up check on you will see that, oh, okay, yes, even though you don't have an article or a published at least you are reading, and you're able to make some meaningful output from research articles. There is always a way around it. I always tell people that don't complain about your challenges or your problems. Find solutions to them. If you are not able to reach out. That is why Kasa de Lengua is doing this. We are here to share. We are here to guide. If you want support in scholarship application, reach out to us. We are ready to help you one way. And these are proven steps that we have helped people to be able to get their scholarship. Others are gone. The next set are going in January as well. So reach out. Don't keep to the old areas. Now we've noticed that there are some areas that are getting the funding as at now. STEM, AI, data analytics. There are many areas as well. I mean, mental health, community work, and service like that. Now, watch. Yes, you can say that. Oh, but me, I am doing MBA. How does my MBA become STEM? There are some STEM MBAs. There are some STEM MBAs as well. An example, Illinois State University has a STEM-based MBA. Some data analytics. Yes, you can have a master's, an MBA with focus in financial analytics. It helps you. Those are the trends, and these are, and anytime you're applying to school, also look at what. Yes, it's true you want to apply to public health, but that's what we call bioinformatics or health informatics. That is where the world is going. So look for the current trends and apply to them as well. Yes, you just have to find a way to connect. I have one friend who reached out to me, was like, yes, I want to apply to communication, but I want communication with some IT. And I'm like, oh yes. So you can look at communication analytics. One way or the other. If you are not able to get, you can even ask ChatGPT or AI. I'm a person, I have this maybe animal biology background, but I want to apply to a program that helps me to have much more STEM and current trends. What are the kind of courses you suggest to me? It will give you suggestions. On the suggestions, it might even give you schools, and go and check on it as well. So let's move with the current trends, and the current trends will always help you in these things as well. So that is, I think, maybe that I left the last slide, and then we are good to go. So we are here to help everybody. Now, in the meantime, you can, if you have any question, you can put it in the chat on YouTube, can put it in the chat on live chat on YouTube. You can put it in the Kasa de Lengua page. Yes, you can reach out to us as well. Even if you are watching this video on replay, you can put your comment, your question in the comment section. The team will respond to your questions as well. Now, so after seeing all of this, what are we telling current students? Now, maybe you are in third year, final year. You are not yet about, you will apply maybe next year. Ask yourself, what are the students who are applying to schools now? What are the requirements? Go and check. Maybe you apply for a master's in maybe let's say sports science. Go and check what are the requirements for those applying to masters in sports science. Are they requiring that they have maybe 3 months sports training? If yes, then it means that as from now till next year, you need to find a way to go and do a 3-month sports training internship somewhere. You don't wait till the time. Are they requesting that they have volunteering experience? Are they requesting that they have some leadership experience? Yes. So those who are currently in schools as at now, third year, final, even you might be in first year, second year, ask yourself, go and check. Can even join a webinar and ask questions. Yes. And then put in the very best in your academics. Yes, I know I have said that it is not all about a high GPA. Yes, but GPA is very important. Even though we are saying it's not only GPA, try and always get a very good GPA. It always makes the work easier for you. It always makes the work easier for you. It always makes the work easier for you. Yes. So after all of these things, this we always talk about network. Network is very important. Watch. I know somebody who applied to a school because it's very interesting. Now, the person's friend was in the school, and the school wanted a student because they didn't get the student they wanted within the normal application cycle. So they asked them that, do you have any friends who also suit the profile you're looking for? And they reached out to, so his friend reached out to him, and then he applied and gone. So assuming he had not networked with this person, do you think the person would have mentioned his or her name? No. So as I've spoken about the TAs as well, please be nice with TAs. Don't only think about the lecturers, because maybe the time you might need a recommendation, the TA might now be the lecturer as well. So those who are in school, take everything they are doing serious. They are doing seminars, they are doing workshops. Please join them. Don't say you just came to learn. Yes, the academics is very important, but they are looking for well-rounded students with holistic impact. So you as a current student, try and be working on your CV. You see things online. Oh, okay, this is what the current Commonwealth, those who won the Commonwealth scholarship for this year, they had volunteering experience. They had this. So ask yourself, do I have this? By the time I apply next year or next 2 years, will I have that? If not, start working on it now. If you start working on it, by God's grace, you're able to make it as well. So this wraps up our introduction. As we said, this is an introduction to scholarship 101 and 102 class. We are now going to take our time, the webinars, and deal with each of the very important one. Our next webinar next week, Friday, would be on academic CV. How to put a competitive academic CV that would always pull for some high level of admissions and scholarships. There is a way to do, as we said, it's not just about a work CV. So this is we'll wrap up the main session for today. I think Mrs. Donuki will come in here and make some points. If you have any questions, if she has gotten any questions, the IT team can also bring it. We'll talk about this. But I just want to say that Kasa de Lengua webinars are one of the very best you can get in this period of time. Join us. You can anytime you are even confused when we do our next webinar, come to the Kasa de Lengua website. You will see when our next webinar is. You can always book it down. We have done the schedule from now to December. Bookmark it and prepare for it. Join us, bring in your questions as well. If you're watching on replay, share with a friend. It is said that kindness is when two hungry men or friends of hungry men are all looking for food. And if one found the food, he goes around telling his friends that I have found food. Come and let's all eat. It's not good for you to eat the food alone. Share the food with your friends as well. So that would be, I try to do a 1 hour in 1 hour for the whole full session. I'm done with that. We'll use the next minute that is left for questions as well. So if anyone has questions, the IT team can bring their questions on board. Mrs. Donukito can also come in and then chip in one or two things as well. So I'll end it here. The team can take over from the other side.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nkitia. That was very insightful, very educative, as usual. So, for those who joined in late, Mr. Nkitia touched on the secret of scholarships. He said the secret of every scholarship is effective correspondence. And he also advised us to take a holistic approach when applying for scholarships. He also said it's better for us to apply to 5 schools that contact us than to go about looking for schools that haven't given us any positive response. Now, we also need to apply early, ideally a month or two before deadlines. And then it's advisable we finish latest by 1st of December. And then we should also dedicate time to our scholarship. So we can use 1 or 2 hours of our TikTok social media time to scholarship applications. It's called delayed gratification. So during the time that you are hoping to get a scholarship, please stay away from social media or TikTok and dedicate that time to preparing for your scholarship. Or better still, we can have a scholarship, how do you call it? What night service? All night service, as we call it in Ghana. So you can use that time to be preparing for your scholarship, because little drops of water make a mighty ocean. Now, you should also create an action plan, meaning that you should list your target schools. You should prioritize those that respond positively. And then you should send inquiry emails if you're unsure of anything. You should also focus on targeted applications, that is, schools giving positive feedback. You should seek application fee waivers. Schools with lower fees or schools with lower fee waivers. And sometimes school offering these waivers give you the waiver when you attend their information or info sessions. They give you a code, and the code is very unique to your email, so you are unable to share it with anyone. So please, if you are someone looking for an application, please be on the watch out for a school having an info session and then join. You might not know, you might just be lucky to have uh, a school application fee waiver. Always check eligibility criteria. Okay, so that when you're applying, you know what you're looking for. Sorry, you know what you're looking for. You know whether you fall within that criteria or not, so you don't waste your time. And be polite and professional in your emails. And please, if you don't know how to write emails, now information is everywhere. Chat GPT is everywhere. Go and learn how to write emails. It doesn't mean that on the D day when you're sending your email, you'd ask Chat GPT to do it for you. No. It's just going to show you how to go about it. Now, some schools would also require proof if you claim to have financial difficulties. So make sure you have all your documentation in place if you need assistance because of financial difficulties. And then save for transcript evaluation costs. Yes, we all need free things, but sometimes you have to invest in yourself. Sometimes you have to invest in yourself. So you should save for transcript evaluation costs. And then now, if your school requires IELTS, GRE, etc., take them to boost your chances of gaining that scholarship application and build a strong portfolio. And this includes relevant pictures you have taken while volunteering on a project or while working on a project or any achievements you must have had, etc. And then add anything relevant for an extra advantage. You should also get recommendations. Reach out to your TAs or your professors as early as possible. And if you are trying to reach out to your professors and they are unavailable, kindly reach out to your TAs, because more often than not, your TAs end up becoming the lecturers. And then you should give your recommenders time. Please give them time. That is why you have to start your application process early. So you give them time to give you a good recommendation. And when they are done giving you the recommendation, please don't forget to thank them. Review your school websites to see what they want, so that when you're applying, you apply along those lines. And then when you're done with your application, proofread carefully, because failure to do so will show your poor organization skills, and you don't want your you don't want whoever is reviewing your document to have that feel about you. You should also try and get multiple reviewers to check your application so that you get everything right. Research profiles of past scholarship winners. That would also help you to send in the right application. You can build visibility on LinkedIn by writing and posting a LinkedIn research article on the area you intend to apply for, and then align with trending fields. Now, because AI is gradually taking over the world, in some few years to come, some jobs will no longer be relevant. So please ensure that when you're applying for a skill that is trending, like STEM, AI, data analytics, etc. Or you can even go to AI to give you more and then enhance your profile. You can enhance your profile by joining webinars and workshops, maintaining a strong GPA, doing internship and networking, because sometimes someone can recommend you. So that is the summary of all that was said. If you joined in late, and then please, if you have questions, any questions, please, you can drop your questions in the comment section, and then Mr. Nkitia would answer all those questions. Thank you very much. Any question, please? Well, I guess everything went in well for them. If they are not asking questions, it means it went in well for them. Or if you still need to digest the information that has been sent, please feel free. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the video over and over again, and then if you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You can visit us on our website at www.casadelengua.com, or you can send us an email by support@casadelengua.com. Mr. Raymond. Mr. Nketia, your final words, please. Your final words so we can wrap up.